Hello, welcome to Music Theory, because the fun don't stop, right? This is our last unit, so that's good. We're going to be going through things really quickly. This may be in Canvas, it might not be. If it's not, I'll put it in when I'm done. I have another little handy dandy unit guide that goes along with Unit 3, and I'll put that in Canvas, so it has under each heading like intervals, chords, blah blah blah, the new material that we'll go over for this unit. So be sure to take a look at that. You can print it off if you'd like to. And the next test that we have is the final exam. So be sure you're staying on top of your work. We'll still have 2 assignments per week going up until that point. So today we're just going to go over a couple of new things that'll help you out with your homework, I think. So firstly, this is actually not on your homework, but it's kind of the big idea for this unit as far as melody is concerned, is we're talking about the tonic and dominant in minor. So if you want to look in your book, melodies in chapter 10 and chapter 12 work with this. So that is on page, let's see, chapter 10 is page 343. That's where it begins. And let's actually look at 344. So page 344. The tonic and the dominant are going to have the same relationship that they do in major and minor. The only difference is the 1 chord is minor. The 5 chord is still major and still has the same relationship to the tonic. So let me get this turned up. Excuse me. Ooh. Let me get the right sound here. Okay. So looking in the gray box at the top of 344, we have the 1 to the 5 and then back to the 1. And we're using La-based minor again. So an example would be here. We have our La, Do, Mi, Do, La. Then that goes down to our Mi, Si, Ti, Si, Mi. Then back to the 1. La, Do, Mi, Do, La. So remember, in minor, we have to raise the 7th scale degree in order to make that dominant chord, that 5 chord major. Okay? So in our case, in La-based minor, that is changing solfege syllable So to Si. Okay, so again, 344 in that box, you see La, Do, Mi for the 1 chord. The 5 chord is Mi, Si, Ti. That's what makes it major. If we had Mi, So, Ti, that would be another minor chord. So once again, we have La, Do, Mi, Do, La, Mi, Si, Ti, Si, Mi. Then back to the minor, La, Do, Mi, Do, La. Then we sing it in each inversion as we did in major. So scooching on over in that same gray box, we have the 1 down to the 5, 6. So we have La, Do, Mi, Do, La. Down a half step to Si, Si, Ti, Mi, Ti, Si. Then back to the 1, La. Okay? Then we can go to second inversion for that 5 chord. So 1, 5, 6, 4, 1. We have our La, Do, Mi, Do, La. Then up a step to Ti, Ti, Mi, Si, Mi, Ti. Then back to the 1, which is La, Do, Mi, Do, La. So the inversions work the same as they do in major. Everything is exactly the same as it is in major, except the 1 chord is minor. And the solfege is different. Okay? So if you flip it on over, and you do need to practice that, of course, flip it on over to page 354. Page 354. We have the same thing, but now we have the 5-7. And I'm not going to worry about the inversions for now, but just know that the 5-7 is there as well, just like we talked about in major, okay? So quick review, if we were doing 1, 5, 7, 1 in major, that would be Do, Mi, Do, So, Ti, Re, Fa, Re, Ti, So. Then back to our Do, Mi, Do. Yeah? So in minor, we have our La, Do, Mi. And then our 5-7 is still major, it is just different words. So it's Mi, Si, Ti, Re, Ti, So get used to those sounds. I said that weird. Get used to those sounds because the melody that you'll have next week to dictate and then to sing will have skips in the minor 1 chord and then the 5/7 chord in minor keys. Okay, so look at chapter 10 and chapter 12 for exercises that you can do to help with that. Okay. Rhythm. You do have a rhythm assignment this week, and this is brand new stuff, so let's look at this together. Let's go to chapter 12, rhythm. So that is page 86. We're getting into beat subdivision. Woohoo! So in simple meter, we've been talking about our beat being quarter note, our beat division being 2/8 notes. So we have ta, 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 dee, and that's kind of as far as we've gotten. So past division is subdivision. So instead of dividing our beat into 2, we're now going to divide our beat into 4. And let's see if I can get all this on there, okay? Yeah? So hopefully you can see this correctly. This is my beat division again. This is my ta, D. Remembering that the ta happens on the downbeat and the D happens on the upbeat, right? Ta, D, ta, D, ta, D. Dividing it from there, we're dividing the downward portion of the beat, the ta portion, into 2 equal parts, and the upward portion of the beat into 2 equal parts. So I still have a down and I still have an up. I still say ta on the downbeat, and I still say D on the upbeat. Okay, that's another reason that I like this counting system. So I still have my ta, D, I just have some subdivided beats in between there now. So I have taka, D, mi, taka, D, mi, taka, D, mi. Again, noticing that the ta is still on the down, the D is still on the up. Okay, let's say 4 sets of taka, D, mi's together. 1, 2, and ready, and taka, D, mi, taka, D, mi, taka, D, mi, taka, D, mi. And notice too in this counting system, another thing that's great is the downward portion of the beat shares the same kind of vowel. Ah, ta, ka is all in the downward portion of the beat. The upward portion of the beat shares the same vowel as well, the E sound, D, mi. So that's another way that you can kind of check yourself. You're listening for ah vowels on the down, E vowels on the up. Okay? And this is on page 86 in your book. So then I can take it even further. Ooh, how am I going to do this? I can take it even further. From that takadimi, I can take my 2/16 notes that I just had here, taka, and then I can combine the last 2/16 notes, D-mi, into 1/8 note. Okay? So instead of taka, D-mi, I'm now going to have taka, D, taka, D, taka, D. The mi is still there, but it's just inside, it's combined with that D 8th note. Okay, so again, taka, and then I'm making my next sound on D, the upbeat, so I'm going to say D there. Taka, D, taka, D. The mi is just within that. Okay, then the opposite of that is going to be 1/8 note on the down, ta. So I've combined my takas into one sound here. And then I just bring my D, mi 16th notes down. So that would be ta, D, mi, ta, D, mi, ta, D, mi. Again, the ka is within this 8th note there with the ta. Okay, so let's do those back to back. Back here to this first one. Another way of thinking about it is it's short, short, long, short, short, long versus long, short, short, long, short, short. Okay? So let's do 2 takadis and 2 ta-dimis. 1 and 2 and ready and takadi, takadi, ta-dimi, ta-dimi. And if you were to hear those on a neutral syllable, I'll do the same thing just on a neutral. It will sound like this. Here we go. do 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 do. So listening for where the long portion of the beat is, and always following the downs and the ups. Okay? So they start talking about this on the top of page 87 in your book. And they have the down and the up arrows to correspond as well. All right. Lastly, we've got some dotted patterns here. You can see that. So here, to get this dotted eighth note, I combined the first 3 16th notes in that Takadimi pattern and put them all in this one dotted eighth note. So even though I just say ta, the ka and the d are also within that note. And then I have my 16th note mi here on the end. So if this is my subdivision, this is my takadimi, takadimi. This is how I say that pattern. Ready? Ta, mi, ta, mi, ta, mi, ta, mi. So that mi comes on the last 16th note each time. Again, a little faster. Here's my beat. Da, 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 da. Sounds like this. Ta, mi, ta, mi, ta, mi, ta, mi. And then last one is the opposite. So I have 1/16th note at the beginning, my ta. Then I combine the last 3 16th notes together to get my ka. So ka followed by the dimi. That is all within there. It's just, oops, I'm sorry. It's just not written out. So again, slowly, if this is my division, this is my takadimi, it would be taka, 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 taka. A little faster. Takadimi, takadimi. Here it is. Taka, 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 taka. So notice on these dotted patterns, I don't have a sound exactly on the upbeat, right? I'm sustaining through the upbeat. Oh, I got a crying baby. I'm sustaining through that upbeat. So this ka or this mi, neither of them are going to come exactly on the upbeat. So just take note of that. The mi comes right after the upbeat, and the ka comes right before the upbeat. Lastly, all of these patterns individually get one beat, right? Tadi collectively is one beat. Takadimi, that's one beat. Takadi, one beat. Tadimi, one beat. Tami, one beat. Taka, one beat. So keep that in mind as well. So as you're preparing this week, we're going to do rhythmic dictation using subdivided beats. Look at the rhythms in this chapter. So going over maybe to page 89, look at several of those patterns, or set several of those examples and just speak through them. And then when you get over to page 91, that's when you start seeing the takadis and the ta'dimis. Go through and practice some of those as well, because you'll have 4 measures of dictation that include this subdivided beat. Okay? Okay, so yes, so homework for this week, rhythmic dictation including subdivided beat. And then there's a flip grid in which you're singing random intervals in a random order, all from the same pitch. I think it's all from a C in your octave. So I don't remember the order of the intervals and I don't have them in front of me, but it'll be important that you map out the solfege that you want to use first. Okay, so go ahead and you can write it out. Let's say if you've got to start with a major second and then you go to a perfect fifth and then you go to a minor third. So go ahead and write out, for my major second, I want to sing do, re. For my perfect fifth, I want to sing do, so. For my minor third, I want to sing la, do, whatever it is. And you'll give yourself your pitch. Do, re, do. That's my major second. Then I'll immediately go into my perfect fifth. I can give myself that C again. Do, so, do. Then my minor third. La, do, la. And then go on from there. Like I said, I don't know the order. That could be it, that could not be it. Anyway, so So from the same pitch, you can only give yourself that one pitch, and you're singing all ascending intervals from that same pitch. I think it covers all of the intervals that we've gone over as well. So that will be due in a rhythmic dictation quiz, and then also look at the major, minor, tonic, and dominant. Because the fun don't stop. I think that's it. Sure. I need to go check on my child. There she is. Yeah, she wants to get up apparently. Okay. See y'all Thursday. Bye.